Hello everyone, this is Roller from Winter Bros, and welcome to Scripting Made Simple. In this video segment, we are going to discuss how to get started with your Daz Scripting projects. And we're going to go through and you're going to write your actual first Daz script. In this video segment, we're going to cover several things to get you started. We're going to begin with case sensitivity. We're going to explain the end of the line character. We're going to write your very first script for Daz Studio. We're going to show you how to find the scripts folder. We're going to show you how to save your scripts. We're going to discuss thumbnails briefly. We're going to show you how to use the menu item creating new scripts, how to load or reload an existing script, and how to close the current or all the scripts that you have in your script IDE. So we'll begin with case sensitivity. When you're programming with Daz Script, you're going to find that it's a case-sensitive language, which means that if you type, let's go ahead and type on the screen here. Let's type the name Johnny. If you type that into your script as an identifier or something, which you'll understand later more what we're talking about, that's not exactly going. That'll be a unique one, and if you have a capital J in the beginning, those will be two different identifiers. It treats the lowercase and the uppercase as totally unique things, and I know in the human world we would see Johnny and Johnny is the same, but in Daz Scripting it is different, and you need to be aware of this because it can create problems later on if you didn't capitalize or use a small letter where you should have. So it's good to know this up front so that you always keep your script language as you're typing it out within the case sensitivity. A couple of examples is, like here we got Watson Drive. Well, excuse me, let me go ahead and put a return there. Probably apologize for that. And if also, that would be different than Watson. Oh, I should have put an underscore in there, sorry, Drive. So let's go ahead and put an underscore in the other one to match. And those would be treated differently inside Daz Scripting. They look very similar, but the small d and the drive for the first one, the capital D and the drive for the second one will make them distinct and unique because of the case sensitivity in Daz Scripting. Another quick one might be if you're using an identifier like Mr. Reynolds as compared to Mr. with a capital M underscore R-E-Y-N-O-N-D-S. And those would be two distinct identifiers within Daz Scripting. Like I said, it might sound a little confusing right now, but as we start to develop our scripts and get you into Daz Scripting, it'll make a lot more sense. The second thing we'd like to discuss really quickly before we get into our first script is the end of line character, which in Daz Scripting it's the semicolon character. Let me space that out a little bit, so it'd be the semicolon character. So what we recommend is that while you're writing your Daz scripts, at the end of each complete line or instruction, if you want to call it that, you would place a semicolon at the end and then hit return to go to the next line. So now we've pulled up Daz Studio 4.8 and we're in the Script IDE tab. We're going to show you how to do your very first script in Daz Studio, and we'll go ahead and type it out here. It's basically going to use the message box command or function, and we're going to just show you really quick how amazing this can be. You're going to really love scripting once you get to know it. So we're going to start with the typical hello world, which is just like universal and generic for introducing people into Daz Scripting. And the format and the structure of this command, you don't need to worry about it for now, but just want to show you on screen. There's the we wrote our very first script there, and you can go along and type that and pause this video and type that if you like. But we're going to go ahead and show you how this works, and we're just going to go ahead and run this script really quick, and you see that it popped up a message box window that says hello world, and it's got an OK button, and we can close it. And you can see that it went really nice. Now, if you did have some problems running your very first script, remember we talked about that case sensitivity? Let's go ahead and do a test here, and let's use a small m for the message box function, and let's see if it'll work for us. And you can see at the bottom of the screen here, we did get an error, and that's just a really quick demonstration about the case sensitivity. Daz Script doesn't know what the message box function with a small m is. It only knows it as with the capital, so we can put that back in. And that's a good demonstration. And so now you've written your very first script. We'll run it one more time. We find it quite amazing that you can actually pop up your own windows with messages to your to somebody using your script or whatever function you might develop for Daz Studio. So we'll go ahead and continue now. We'll go ahead and show you how to find the scripts library in the Content Library tab. We already got ours there, but we're going to show you how to find it. You're going to actually, if you scroll all the way to the top, we'll go ahead and minimize this all up for you. And let's go ahead and let's mark all this content as seen so that we can get a better visual for you. Okay, now when you're looking for the scripts folder, you're going to find it up here in the My Daz 3D library, under Daz Studio formats, My Daz 3D library, and you scroll down, you'll find a scripts folder. How many things are in yours might be more or less than mine, depends on how much content you have installed. So then we click here, and we're in the scripts folder, and then we can expand it more, and we can see that there's some scripts already in here. We were actually, I believe, in the utilities folder under scripts when we began the segment. So let's go ahead and now that you know where to find the scripts, when you develop scripts for Daz Studio that you want to share with others or possibly sell, you'll want to make sure that they're located in that folder. And if you don't know where that folder is, if you just hover your mouse over it, it'll show you on the screen exactly the location of that folder, so you can place your scripts in there before you use zip or some other utility to archive them. Now we're going to show you how to save your first script and potential scripts later down the road. Up here, you notice there's that the script ID has its own menu bar, and you're going to click File, Save Script to save your current script that you're working on. And you can see here in our file browser that popped up, we're going to go to the C drive. We're just going to go to where we found out where the script folder actually was. If you can save it anywhere else you would like on your system. However, like I said, if you're going to distribute the script after you save it, we recommend that you put it in the place that your script folder is. So we go here into the public documents under My Daz 3 library. And then, of course, we have a scripts folder down through here, and there it is. So inside there, we're going to go ahead and make us a new folder because we want to separate our scripts from the other ones, especially while we're working here. And we're going to go ahead and give it a name in the file name block, My First Script. And then we're going to, and you'll notice here that if you look in the save top file type, it's a DSA, and that's what you want for now. Don't worry about the other ones. Just leave it at the default, click save, and it's going to go ahead and make that folder and save it. And if you also notice, after we saved our script here, you see that Daz Studio kindly put in a couple lines above our little message box function. And it just tells what version of Studio the script was saved in. And you can also see by the tab right above our line 1 here that it put it did say let's see, I think it says for new script untitled. It did previously said untitled. So you can see now it says my first script.dsa, which is what we saved it as. Let's go look for that. Let's go ahead. I'm going to go over here to the scripts folder, and I'm going to do a refresh so we can find our Winter Bros folder we just created. And there it is. And you can see inside there, you can see my first script was written in there. Now you will notice, we're going to go ahead and cover quickly the thumbnails. You'll notice that it gave it the default thumbnail here is the Daz 3D logo. And you'll see that when we let's see, let's go to utilities. You can see in here these scripts were all saved, and they have the default thumbnail too. However, if you click, we'll click on this, the Genesis Pose Converter, you can see that you can actually customize your thumbnails with a graphics utility, and we'll show that later on in this series. Now, if you're in the middle of a script and you're ready to start a new script, and we did that earlier, you kind of caught a glimpse of it, but if you go to File, New Script, you can begin a new script in its own tab here within the Script IDE, so you can work on them simultaneous, cut and paste, or whatever you may need to do for your different projects. Also, if you've saved a script in the past and you've closed Daz Studio and you've come back and you want to load it back in, on the File menu up here, you can pick Open Script to load an existing script in that you've written before, or maybe that someone else has written that you're using to look at stuff and learn. We'll go ahead and show you really quickly. We're going to show you how to close, since we have this Untitled tab here with our original script. If you have a script you want to close, whichever one you're selected on currently, you can go to File, Close Script, and if you want to close all of them, you can use this Close All Scripts. But for now, we're just going to close the Untitled, which we had selected, so we can get back to my first script, DSA. And we're going to show you, one last thing we're going to show you is how to reload the current script. Let's say you went in here and you made some changes to your script. These are just going to be some junk we're typing in. They're not going to make no sense. They won't actually work right with the Daz Studio scripting. However, if we did do that and we said, oh my gosh, it's too hard to edit, or what did I change? If you accidentally changed something you don't remember, you can just go back here to File. You can do Reload Script, and the current script that you're on, it would actually just reload it just like when you first opened it up, or with your last save, and it'll bring you back to where you were. It's kind of like an undo, but it's a little different because it'll just reload the script as it was last saved. So be sure to only save your scripts when you're ready for them, or when the change you made, you've tested them, they were good. And we hope you enjoyed this segment, and we're going to close for now, and we'll talk to you soon.